Years ago, back in the day, my husband and I used to watch this man on the news, and I like to tell this story. And I was, if I didn't know him, I wouldn't tell this on him. But I think he kind of likes the attention, so I'm going to tell it. We were, you know how they have little blurbs or whatever when you're watching a show and it's almost time for the news. So an anchor will appear and say, later tonight on blah, this and that happened, and so got shot, and more news later. And so it was one of those came up, and so we're just sitting there watching whatever it was we were watching, and up popped Martin Staunton, only he didn't know the camera was on him, and I don't know what the name of God he'd been talking about. But whenever that camera was on him and he was going out across the air, we hear, I'm fixing to go get me some margaritas. And I was laying on the couch, and I popped up, and I looked at my husband. He was sitting behind me on the recliner, and I said, oh! And we just started busting out laughing, and that's been something that we think about. And there was at one time a billboard with Martin's face on it in Beckley, and every time we passed it, we had to go get up the margaritas. But I can't hear the word margaritas now without thinking about Martin Staunton, everybody. He's going to come up here and sing some for you. You want to just hold this?
I sure can.
Yep. Just bang on.
Is this on? Too bad the vice president didn't know that when they passed health care. It was funny. Hey everybody, I have an uncommon announcement to make right now because somebody just came up to me and that black Nissan Rogue and that Jeep that's right there, someone found $21 that someone has dropped.
Check your pockets, everybody.
You notice how I didn't say who lost money. I told you where they lost it at. So I'm going to count to 10, and if not, I'm just going to donate it to the cause.
Do it to the cause.
If they're still here. I like what you said. Donate it to the cause.
Do it
it's a
to
gift
the
from
cause.
God. Hey, I'll give this to Matt. Here you go. There we go. Okay, yeah. This song that I'm going to try for you first is a song that most people are familiar with. And I knew the chorus, but I wasn't sure about the words. And I took to studying it last night and came out here and tried it with these guys, and they are so good. They almost made me sound good. They sounded good, me not so much. But the words mean a lot to me because it is Mother's Day weekend, and I think Alan just kind of on a humble, when I asked him for a second song, said, hey, what about Let the Circle Be Unbroken? And, you know, I lost my mother when I was 23. And for everyone who has theirs, hug them tight, because when she's gone, the world just changes. You know? No one's going to love you like your mama. So, Will the Circle. Let's do this. I'm not trying to bring everybody down, but I just want to remind you, be grateful for today, because we don't know about tomorrow. Actually, we don't know about the next 5 minutes, but in this
Martin,
moment...
you're making me want a margarita.
I want a margarita! I want a margarita! And just so that she is telling the truth, that did happen to me, but what the story was that there was a guy that was starting a church service in the basement of Foster's. And I had just said before that, now that's the kind of Holy Spirits I could get into. I'll have some margaritas. And right about when I was saying I'll have some margaritas, boop, I'm on TV. It's fun.
More later than 11.
I'm ready. I was standing by the window on a cold and cloudy day, and I saw her so rolling, come to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better place awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Undertaker, undertaker, slow. The lady, you're a holy, but I hate to see her go. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Now that's some fine music, y'all. I followed close behind her, trying to stand there and be brave, but I couldn't hide my sorrow when they laid her in her grave. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I went home, my home was lonely. My mother, she had gone, and my brothers, sisters crying. What a sad, sad